Welcome to Living For. Today we're going to talk about faith. Guys, we're going to talk about faith today and how can we relate faith to a sword. Stay tuned. Hey, yeah! So, what is faith? What changes if I have faith? And is faith really that important for the days that we are living in? This and much more we are going to try to answer in this video. Before we talk about faith, let's watch a small video about how a sword is made. Did you like that? Well, I surely did. It's amazing, right? But what does this has to do with faith? Well, I'm gonna tell you, but not right now. The thing is, we are gonna study an amazing story, one of my favorite, and it is located in the book of Daniel in the chapter 3. It talks about three amazing young men, and they were slaves. These three young men were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, a little background story. These three young men, they were slaves. They were brought from Israel to Babylon, but still they were faithful to their God. In Daniel chapter 1, we can read all about that. And because they were faithful, the king, Nebuchadnezzar, just elevated them to a position of leadership. They were now governors in the kingdom of Babylon. Three slaves, but because they were faithful, they were now leaders. But these three young men, on Daniel chapter 3, they show an amazing show of faith. Okay, guys, they were already governors, but there's an event, okay? And we are going to talk a little bit about that. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I invite you to read because it's an amazing story. But more or less, the story goes like this. So, the king makes a statue, a huge statue of himself. And he makes everyone to bow down. But the thing is, these three young men, they didn't bow down to that statue. So they were brought before the king. And the thing is, the king liked them. So he offers them another chance. He says to them, look, if you right now bow down to my statue, I'm willing to forget the whole thing and you won't be killed. But guess what these three men say? We're going to read that, their answer in the Bible, in Daniel chapter 3, verse 16 to 18. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If that is the case, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. And he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. Can you imagine being in front of the most powerful king of that time and tell him, we will not bow down to you? Guys, it's an amazing thing. I get goosebumps. It shows how strong was their faith until that point, right? So this man tell the king, we will not bow down to you. And the king gets so mad that he tells his other servants to heat up the furnace 7 more times. It shows how angry he was. And he tells his soldiers to arrest these men and throw them inside the furnace. Imagine being tied down. I have faith, but I don't know until what point you start to, hey God, Maybe you can help me, right? But the story tells us that they were thrown into the fire. And even the man that threw them inside died because the fire was so strong. They were willing to die for their God. They were willing to die for their faith. What an amazing faith. But the story goes on, and the Bible tells us that the king saw something amongst the fire. And there were not 3, but there were 4 in the fire. Well, I cannot even express in words. So, amongst the flames, Jesus was there. The Bible tells us there's another one that looks like the Son of God. How did the king know what the Son of God looks like? But they came out of the furnace victorious. God saved these 3 men. He used this example to show how powerful he was and to convert a lot of other people. He saved them. Their faith saved them, but not before they went into the flames. Guys, we forget that we are in a battle. Not a battle against other people, but a spiritual battle. Even the Bible tells us. The Bible tells us in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, that our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. To fight in this battle, we need some kind of weapon, right? But do we need a sword like this, or we need this sword? We need to have faith in this sword, but we also need to have faith like a sword, and I'm gonna tell you why. As we saw in the beginning, if you recall, a sword starts to be a small piece of iron, and then it's heated up, and then it receives a lot of strikes, and it's put under pressure, and then starts to get some shape, until the point that it looks like a sword. So is our faith. Our faith also needs to receive a lot of strikes, also needs to be heated up, also needs to be ground and to put under pressure, so it can go stronger. In the middle of the flames, we are gonna get stronger, we are gonna get refined. Everything that we go through in our lives, guys, from the diseases, for example, this pandemic, right? And the economical struggles, not having money to do what we want or even to feed the people that we love, even to the brink of death. Guys, everything that we go through in our lives is not to set us apart from God, but on the contrary, is for us to grow closer and closer to Him. There is another amongst the flames. In the middle of our flames, of our struggles, Jesus is there with us. As a sword, we all need to go through the fire, so we are ready and strong enough to fight the battles ahead. May we start today forging our faith like a sword. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Do you want to start forging your faith like a sword today? I don't know. Tell me on the comments down below. If you liked the video, don't forget to put a thumbs up and to subscribe to our channel. Hope you keep strong in the faith. May God bless you and see you in the next video. Bye!